So, you got an interview coming up and you're nervous, you're scared. This video is about how you can gain interview confidence, and it starts right now. What's up, growth fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh Lewis, where we talk about communication, career advice, and confidence all on this channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, because I got new videos coming at you every single week on how you can get better in your communication, career, and your confidence. So let's get right into today's topic: how you can have more interview confidence. And what that means is how you can be confident in an interview, which is one of the most craziest things you could ever think was imaginable, because interviews aren't naturally something that we as human beings should be confident in it. But there is a way, and we're talking about it today. All right, so let's talk about the first thing you want to do. Practice, practice, practice. I know it sounds obvious, but it really is true. So you want to be able to practice the interview, and the best way to do this is to take one of your friends, a loved one, a significant other, or a family member, and say, listen, I'm going on an interview. I would appreciate it if you and I could practice this interview. This alone might help you get out of your comfort zone and actually be able to help you get through some nerves or some shakes, because you're doing something that's kind of awkward and you're doing it with one of your friends or you're a family member. Even still, it could be a little bit awkward. By you being able to do this, this is something that will automatically kind of select that confidence level in your brain and say, okay, well, I'm actually starting to be able to do this, and I can talk about it with someone that I love or someone that cares about me, because then now I'll be able to practice and get better at it. So you want to make sure that you practice, and you practice a couple different ways. First, just have fun with it. The second way you want to practice this is by being serious, by giving them a list of questions that you think that they might ask, and practice on how you might answer those questions. Work on getting in a flow state, and what that means is if you've ever worked on something, all of a sudden you become super creative. That just doesn't come out of nowhere. What happens is our brains all of a sudden get connected and goes into a certain state, and we realize, hey, this is something that we're passionate about, and this is how I can work on it better. The more you practice at answering these questions, the quicker you'll be able to tap into this state. Once you're able to start talking about something and become greater at talking at it, all of a sudden it's just going to be able to flow. For instance, when I do my YouTube videos, I film about 3 to 4 videos a day. Always the last video that I film tends to be the best one, because I'm constantly in that flow. I'm able to communicate clearly. By being able to communicate and practice these things, you'll be able to get better when you're actually sitting down in front of the interviewer. The second thing you want to do is prepare for the day. And that goes from everything from what you're going to wear, if it's washed, if it's dried, if it's ironed. And you also want to be able to prepare for the directions, where you need to park, everything that goes into the simple little minute details. You need to be able to prepare for those things, because you don't want anything throwing you off. You don't want to be like, oh, I thought I had to park here, but I'm supposed to park in this parking garage that's 20 minutes over there, and then I gotta walk. If you're not prepared for that, that's gonna throw you off your game. And no matter how much practice that you put in, all of a sudden these other scenarios are arriving and you weren't prepared for them, and all of a sudden it's gonna put a little bit of worry. It's gonna put a little of you freaking out because you weren't prepared for certain scenarios. So make sure you're prepared for those scenarios. So from everything from your clothes to everything to where you park to what the directions look like. Is there going to be traffic at that time of the interview? What I like to do is if I know I'm going somewhere, the day prior or a couple days prior, I will, let's say the interview's at 11:30, I will Google search it and see if there's traffic in that area, in the surrounding streets, to make sure, just in case, okay, there might be traffic. It only says 17 minutes to get there. I know I'm gonna leave to get there like 15 minutes before, but hold on a second. I see there's all this red in this area. There could be more traffic. You know what? Let me leave 40 minutes early. Because even if it's 15 minutes down the road, but you don't know at a certain time at 11:30, there's all traffic because of lunch rush hour, you're gonna be late. So prepare for the actual time of the interview when it comes to directions. Third thing I wanna talk about is your body language. So for instance, are you open? Are you able to feel comfortable? One of the best ways to do this is to get out of your head, to get into that flow state. So what I mean by that is practice on a couple things. There's something actually crazy. It's called power posing. It's basically either being like this or being like Superman with their hands on your hips like that. And scientifically, it is shown that if you do this or this for 2 minutes, all of a sudden your serotonin levels increase and you start to become more confident in how you feel. I guess it's why they always put Superman like this. They show a guy really confident like this. Pretty weird. It's very different, but if it works, it works. So my suggestion is to you, don't do this, obviously, like walk into the interview like, hello, fancy of you to meet me. Don't do things like that. What I'm saying is maybe 15 minutes before, go into the bathroom, practice doing this or practice doing that, and make sure that you're actually able to put yourself into a flow state. The second thing that I would suggest is to listen to soft music or meditative music prior to the interview, so maybe an hour or two prior, just to clear your head a little bit. If you don't meditate every single day, A, I strongly recommend it, and B, try it out. This is one of those things to try and get you out of your head, meaning you're bombing your brain with so many questions, to kind of go away from that and to take the focus off of being worried and more the focus of being on and consistent and confident. And the third thing I'd like to suggest is to talk to other people on your way to the interview. On your way in the car, talk to somebody. Don't talk to them about the interview. Let's say it's a friend, you want to catch up with them. Just talk to them. Get into that state of actually talking to somebody on your way. So the first words out of your mouth you haven't been silent for an hour prior. You're actually comfortable with communicating. So when the person starts to speak to you, you're able to pick up on that communication that you were talking about before. Another great step is the people that you're meeting prior to the interview, try and have a short little conversation with them. Whether it's how's your day going, has it been busy, is there anything going on today, anything that will help the communication flow. A, it not only shows that you're friendly, and B, it also gives you a chance to let those communicative processes start so you're able to actually talk to the person with confidence too as well. Listen, having confidence in an interview really comes down to one thing: consistency and being consistent in yourself. If you're able to practice every single day, you're able to be confident. Confidence comes from attempting a task and completing the task and doing it over and over again. That's really all confidence is. So if you're able to prepare by doing these things mentioned in this video, not only will you have confidence, but you'll have certainty. And once you have certainty, you'll be able to sit down in front of the interviewer and display that certainty. And they say, whoever has the most certainty in a conversation wins the sale. And the sale that you're trying to sell that day is you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Got tips on communication, career, and confidence coming at you every single week. If you'd like more career videos, I got some over here. If you'd like some more self-growth videos, I got some over here. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Woo!